Okay, Friday morning, the last installment this week for morning conversations. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'll probably do one. Probably do one this weekend. I know you guys look forward to it. So, this is Dozer. Dozer is not quite a year old, about 11 months, 10, 11 months, and super fragile, very low resilience, not much capacity to handle stress. We're out here at the park and just trying to unwind him. He checked in last night. He whined, barked. I don't like to say cried in his kennels because that just further makes people feel sad for the dog. He didn't cry. Was he whining for attention and to come out? Yes. Was he barking because he was panicked and stressed because he's not comfortable being by himself? Yes, absolutely. Was he stressed because he's in a new environment? 100%. So, but crying? No, he wasn't sad. Okay, he wasn't sad. Just put that out there. Dozer is a dog that has had not a lot of structure, like zero, not a lot of boundaries, but like many people do, when he has, quote, done something wrong, chewed something, pottied in the house, whatever it might be that we as human beings didn't like. And most of the time, if we as human beings don't like something, we automatically deem it wrong. It's just what it is. But not liking something, that thing being right or wrong, don't necessarily go together. So anyway, like most people, he's done something wrong. He peed in the house. And so what do? We yell at him. We yell at him. We get frustrated. We get mad at him. And so it's those times that now we're trying to create a boundary, but we're really doing it from a place of anger, frustration. And the rest of the time, he gets to do whatever he kind of wants to do, right? So he gets to do whatever he wants to do most of the time, but then when we're not giving him any guidance or guidelines or rules that are consistent, and and then he does something that we don't like, he doesn't know that we're not going to like it. He doesn't think like, God, none of the other dogs pee in the house. Maybe I shouldn't. It's not the other dog's job to teach him, first of all. But he's not thinking about how him peeing in the house is going to make his owners feel. Your dog is not capable of that, quite frankly, a pretty high level cognition and thought process to be able to consider another animal's perspective. Your dog does not have the capacity to consider your perspective. They don't. So, which means before they go chew your shoe up, before they pee on the floor, they're not thinking about how it's going to make you feel and what you're going to think about that. They're just not. So, for us to deem it wrong and get upset with them or frustrated, not only isn't right or fair, but it actually is detrimental to the relationship. It's detrimental to the development of your dog from the standpoint of we are confusing them and we're adding stress. We're putting ourselves in further opposition to them. Instead of providing a solution for them, we are now part of their problem or their added stress in life. See, you can either be the problem solver for your dog, the solution giver, the harmonic pathway for your dog, or you can be part of their problem, their stress, and part of their discordant pathway. Would you rather be part of your dog's harmonic pathway or part of their discordant pathway? Most owners out there are somewhere a blend of discordant and harmonic pathway, but I would say the nod, especially when you have dogs who have some behavior issues, insecurities, anxieties, reactivity, aggression, blah, 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 fear, they have owners who are part of that dog's discordant pathway. They have owners who the dog does not see as part of a harmonic flow. They don't feel that their owner is part of that flow that's going to reach and help them achieve harmony. So that's Dozer a little bit. It's a beautiful dog. Um, nervous about new people. He's pretty much nervous about anything new. Just put that out there. If it's new and different, he's very new. He struggled getting in the car this morning. He struggled getting out of the car when we got to the park. Barked, whined all night in his kennel. And so what I'm doing this morning, you guys, for anybody who brings a dog home, you bring a dog home from the shelter, you bring a puppy home, this is a good place to start. Get a 15 line, what I'd recommend to start with, 20 foot, 25 foot maybe, and just go to the park and wander around. I'm not paying much never mind to him, except I know where he is in space, and I occasionally move away from him. I'm not going to chase him. I'm going to move away from him so that he begins to learn to follow me, and that I am the solution to his confusion. He doesn't know where to go. Oh, follow me. So he wants to eat grass. We're not doing that right now. You can eat a little bit. You've got all this line. You can grab a few bites. But when there's pressure on that line, I get to also start to teach him a little bit about pressure. And that in order to release that pressure when he feels it, he needs to catch up to me. He's one that he likes to stick his head between his owner's legs. He's tried to do it to me, dang near tripped me up this morning. So I don't allow that unless I'm asking the dog to do that as part of a position or an obedience thing. But when a dog's just walking and wants to put their legs, they're seeking refuge. They're seeking security. It's not awesome. You like it, meaning you listening to this that has a dog that does that, you like it, but you don't fully understand what's going on there. You don't. That's a fact. Why is it not good? He's seeking security. Why does he need to be right between your legs when you're walking or standing there? That's not healthy. Your dog should just be able to be by your side, out in space a little bit, not sequestered away and trying to hide, because that's what they're trying to do. The thing you're not understanding in that situation is your dog is in fight or flight. Your dog is in a fight state of mind, survival state of mind. Okay? So what that means is that when they're already feeling insecure and potentially threatened by the world around them, and they're seeking refuge in flight, and now somebody approaches, and they can't go anywhere else because they are in their most secure position, what do you think is going to happen next? Fight behavior. Lunging, barking, growling, snapping. Okay? Meanwhile, all this time that your dog does that, you reward it and tell them, oh, it's so cute. I love when you do that. You come between my legs. Not unless they're invited. The dog's just naturally doing that. Dimes and donuts. They are in fight or flight, and they are an insecure anxious dog. If a dog does that to you uninvited, I guarantee you they also go to the bathroom. If given the opportunity, they follow you to the bathroom every single time. If you get up off the couch, they follow you to the kitchen. Guarantee you that's a Velcro dog, right? That's a dog that doesn't know how to be independent, doesn't know how to feel secure on their own. So that when you're not present, they panic. So the best thing I can do with Dozer right now is just wander around and explore and lead this exploration. I'm not putting any energy into him, meaning I'm not really paying active attention to him. I'm not talking to him. I'm not telling him good boy. I'm letting him be a dog. I want him to open up and be a dog. I want his prey instinct to come out. When I can get his prey instinct to come out, I'm going to get him out of fight or flight. I'm going to get him out of this fearful, nervous state of mind and start to build his confidence. What's this, bud? Go get it. Come on. So you can see he's constantly looking out on the horizon. There's nothing else around the park right now. He's just constantly scanning. Hypervigilant. Got to be on guard. That is a stressful way to live, you guys. Stressful way to live. But you, put your dog in that position to be stressed, to have to be hypervigilant. You do. How do you do that? By not giving them direction, by not being the master of their world, by not providing them guidance, by not providing them consistent, clear communication and leadership, by not fulfilling their prey instinct, by not embracing their prey instinct. When you shut down their prey drive, when they're in drive, and you shut that down because you don't like it, because it looks like pulling and tugging on the leash, it looks like biting at the leash, it looks like chasing things, it looks like barking, it looks like all of these things that we generally don't like about our dogs. When you don't embrace those things and channel them into a more appropriate behavior and more appropriate pathway, you are effectively suppressing and repressing that dog, its most primitive instinct, prey drive, which means you're not helping them become confident. You are not going to be looked at by them as a leader, as a provider. You're not going to be looked at as a master of their world, because a leader provides for their dog. A master of their world shows the dog that I control all resources. It's not about being dominant or submissive, but I control all resources and I control all avenues, possibilities, potentialities for hunting, for you to fully express your prey instinct. And I'm going to provide avenues or channels for that prey instinct so that I can drive your drives. That's what a leader does. And when your dog sees you as that, they become more confident. They connect with you. You're now seen as part of their solution, part of their harmonic pathway, and they won't seek that elsewhere. They will just follow you. So he takes off running that way. I just turn and go this way. You guys, this shit's so simple. Put a dang long line on your dog and let them unwind at the park. Get some secure equipment, put a long line on your dog. When they walk and run that way, so when he goes that way, just go this way. As soon as he passes you and gets next to you, turn and go the other way. Good job, bud. Good boy. When he catches up, you can give him a little good boy. And then watch what's going to happen. He's just going to follow me. I don't have to say anything. I don't have to correct him. I don't have to use anything harsh. I don't even need to be all goofy and enthusiastic. Just walk. Just explore. In my perspective, so right there, let me make sure this is on still. Yep. So right there, that was cool. He saw a bird, took off after it. That's prey instinct coming out. We're not chasing at that speed right now. So I turned around. There wasn't a lot of pressure on the line. That was a lot. He hits the end of the line and he comes back. Good boy. Good boy. But we're going to walk back towards it. If your dog takes off running like that, I mean, that hurt my hand a little bit because I didn't get two hands on it. I'm sitting here talking to myself. But we'll go back and explore where the bird was. I like that. I like that. I like that he wanted to chase that bird right there. I want to encourage that right now, this early in the game. So you guys, if you got a 6-foot leash on, your dog wants to chase that bird all the time, they immediately are met with resistance. That resistance is coming from you. At least with the long line, he got to express some of that instinct to chase, some of that prey instinct he got to express because he got to chase and pursue for a moment. And then human said, no, we're going this way. Oh, okay, I'll go that way. Good job, bud. Why? Because this way there might be more resources. Who knows? When you show your dog that you're the gatekeeper to toys, which means pick up that fucking toy basket in your house. They don't need it. Because you're the gatekeeper to food. You provide them food. You don't just leave a bag of food open on the floor, do you? No, you're the provider of the food. You control that resource. You need to control the toy resource too. Because to a dog, it represents the same thing. Or at least it can. So worlds open up, and it becomes a lot easier to train your dog. So pick up the toys. So you're a gatekeeper to that resource. So we'll walk over here because there's some birds over this way. So I want him to express his drive. That would have upset you guys. You got a 6-foot leash on your dog and he starts pulling, because that's what he's doing on his walk most of the time. You, those of you still listening. He's in prey drive on your walks. That's part of the reason your dog is pulling. He is trying to find and pursue and chase birds or prey or rabbits or quail or whatever it is. And the whole time, you're part of the resistance that he feels in that endeavor. Make no bones about it, no matter what kind of dog you have, that endeavor of prey instinct, chasing, stalking, searching, hunting, biting, all of those things, that endeavor feels good to a dog. They enjoy it. No matter what kind of dog you have, that is a pleasurable experience to a dog. They have a wolf in them. They're far more like a wolf than ever be like a human. But when you're pulling, tugging, and saying no and feeling frustrated, are you part of their hunt, or are you resisting their hunt? Are you in opposition to their hunt? A thing that feels most pleasurable to them. Wouldn't it make more sense to find a way to be part of their solution part of their leader, part of the hunt. Bring them along on your hunt. Channel their prey drive rather than resist it. Makes way more sense to channel their instinct than it does to be in resistance and opposition to it. When you start to embrace, encourage, channel your dog's instincts and their prey drive into appropriate behaviors, they become a lot easier to train. They will listen to you in all situations, and they will be calmer. They'll be a more balanced dog because they now feel complete, because they are getting to express what's deep inside here instead of us repressing it. So instead of being in opposition to your dog and things they want to do, find ways to channel it. If you don't know what that means, or you are intrigued by that concept, or maybe it does make sense to you and you just don't know how to do it, send me an email, give me a call, send me a DM, leave something in the comments, whatever you want to do, and let's have a conversation. Let's get you and your dog on a harmonic pathway. Let's get your dog and you to a place of pure enjoyment. Let's get your dog fulfilled as a dog and get them feeling like a complete animal. They are an animal. They're not a human. When we try to treat them like a human and project human qualities on them, we are not helping them feel complete. Matter of fact, we're actually taking completeness away, because now we're creating stress. We're asking them to be something and do things that are completely unnatural for them. And without fulfilling and expressing the things that are natural to them, asking them to do all these things that are unnatural, that are part of our human world, become very difficult. And you're automatically going to meet resistance and be part of the opposition rather than part of the team. So if you are still listening to this morning conversation and you want to be a teammate for your dog and create a team mindset with your dog versus an opponent mindset and relationship, well, you let me know. I can help you. So we're in a really good place with Dozer right now. We're now in a team mindset. He's just following along very nicely, matching my energy. His energy has come down. He's not scanning and looking all over the place as much. His energy has come down. So this is a good note to end on. I'm sure you're probably tired of me rambling. So these morning conversations, once again, when I go to the park, when I'm working with a dog, much of the time I'm talking to myself. I'm having a conversation with myself. And so I just decided I'm going to start recording it. That's it. That's my morning conversation. This is not a conversation with you. You are listening in on my conversation with myself. So this is not a conversation with you. It's not going to be a conversation with other people. This is a conversation with me, myself, and I. I'm giving you access to that, access to my thoughts. Unfiltered, unedited. I don't go back and edit these. If anything, I take a few seconds off the front, a few seconds off the back when I hit play and stop, or record and stop, and that's it. That's it. It's unedited, unscripted, unfiltered, definitely unapologetic. So if you like it, if you like what you hear, leave something in the comments. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, whatever people do. If you don't like it, hit that thumbs down. Leave something in the comments if you don't like it. So we're in a good place right now. Good place. So let's see how he handles this around the tree. So this is a dog who doesn't know how to problem solve. He went further around the tree. He felt pressure one way. Good boy. Good boy. He felt pressure one way and went further into the pressure, meaning it increased his pressure. It's very common for a green dog. He's very green. But I think you can see that there. He problem solved. What most owners are going to do is absolutely detrimental to the development of a confident, resilient dog is they're going to release pressure on the leash and rush over to their dog to untangle them around the tree. What is that helping your dog do? What is it helping them learn? What is it helping them overcome? Absolutely nothing. Your savior complex is a detriment to your dog's development. You don't know what savior complex is? Google that shit. But your savior complex, your need, your ego's need, and your emotional need to save things and nurture is a detriment to your dog's development as a dog, as a confident, independent, emotionally resilient, strong dog. Savior complex. Look it up.